Hi, my name is DannyMartey, and I would like to have a small presentation or show you something small about integrated networking and what I do here. Well, integrated networking is where components from various platforms are put together on a single technology network or IT network in order to accomplish a business solution or a business need or a personal solution or a personal need. The bottom line here is where technologies from various backgrounds coming together to solve a problem. And instead of going round about it, I'll use the opportunity to show what is going on. So what I have here today to work with is my Lenovo projector tablet, which is what is controlling the camera, the Panasonic camera, wirelessly, the one that is taking the video. My Lenovo laptop, which is what we are going to run some of the codes on. It's connected through a network cable. It's connected on the network through a network cable. Now this is not connected on the network at all. It's connecting directly to the camera and showing everything that is on the camera to me, so I can see exactly what I am doing. It's a new technology that just came. Then I have the touchscreen heat press. We are not going to use it today, so I'm not going to show it even though it's on. But that is what we use to print things like the t-shirt, the cap, and every other thing else that you see. And then the Acer desktop touchscreen, which runs some of the programs that we use or that I use here to do some of the services that I do, like graphic designing, movie editing, and other multimedia stuffs like branding and other things. And then LaserJet printer, which we use for printing few things that you would see later. We also have an Android box, TV box here that connects the TV to the network directly, so that I can pick up files from the network, from computers on the network, as if the TV is actually part of the network and accessing things on the network like any other computer. And then we have the Acer laptop, which is the old laptop, which is put on the network to show how legacy systems or old systems can be added to the network in order to accomplish the solutions that we will show here. So we have the Netgear switch, which is a normal cable switch, and then the Billionaire 4G failover Wi-Fi router, which teleports or which daisy chains into this switch, so that we have like wireless network for mobile devices and cabled network for all computers and laptops. We can also put the laptops on the wireless network system. We can connect it two-way. But the reason why we want to put the computers and cables computers and laptops on the cable is because we store video. You want it to be as fast as possible, so it's connected through a Cat6 cable, and each of them different color coding and branded, so that you'll be able to tell once if something goes wrong, you'll be able to tell exactly what is going wrong. So I also have this cloud-based camera from Motorola here to show. This camera would let you watch everywhere you want to watch. Once you plug it to the network, anywhere you go, you don't need any DDNS. It connects directly to the cloud. Anywhere you go, you'll be able to watch where you are going. It will give you push-up notifications. You'll be able to tell what is going on, because it's pan and tilt robotics. So wherever you are on your cell phone, you'll be able to tilt and pan this camera through robotics. And then another camera we have here is the Force Cam. This camera is so special. It's on the network. It's actually connected with the network cable to show that it exists on the network as a single node, just like any of the computers here, and you can access it on all the devices here. That's what, including the tablets and the cell phones, and that's what we intend to show. One of the few things we intend to show as part of the integration, technology integration, and network engineering. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by showing files through the Android box on the TV, as if the TV is a computer on the network. So let me just go ahead and do that right now. So this IP address 192.168.1.3 belongs to this machine, and we are accessing this machine through the Android box. This is the networking thing that we are talking about, so that the files here, the files on this machine, is what is showing now, straight from the network. For instance, this picture, is exactly what is here. Well, the reason why I'm showing you this facility is so that if you have legacy servers on your network, you don't want to throw them away. You still want to be able to access data from it. I want to show you that with the integrated network system, you can access the facility from any of the device. For instance, we can access the same picture on the tablet through the network. So that even with the tablet, also access the same system, and then we can access the same thing here too. So I go to network, client 1, eBiz web. So the same thing, I'm accessing the same thing from the tablets, from the laptops, from the TV, and then from the desktop, or accessing data from the network as computers on the network, sharing data. Now, such a function would be good for when you have presentations, so you don't need to carry a laptop to the projector or anything. Once you have an Android TV box connected to the projector, you can connect it to the network. It also has cable, so you can even cable it if you want, or connect wireless, and then during presentation time you can just go in there and pick up the presentation and present it onto the screen without even needing to move the laptop, or maybe the desktop or the server or anywhere to the actual location where the presentation is going on. So another thing which I will show is the force cam. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to access the force cam through the TV, through the laptop, through the desktop, and then through the tablet, and then maybe and then through my phone too. So the force cam also has an IP which is 192.168.1.14, which is, this is 1.3 and that is 1.4. So it's actually, the IP address is actually on the system, like as if it's actually gaining IP address like any other member on the system. And straightforward, you can see the camera showing on the TV. So we can have the same thing here. Just going to first come up, yes, login. The same thing is showing. Now, if I decide to move the camera a bit, I'm moving it here, and it's also streaming and moving straight on the TV. And this is what integrated networking is about. We can also access the same thing here. It's the force cam. So that if I should move it a bit, you can see it moving on the legacy of the old laptop, the legacy system. It's moving on the TV, and then it's moving on the desktop here too. We can actually watch it here too, but it will be the same as watching it here, so I'm not going to go into that. So it's the same. And then we're watching it directly from the tablet too, just like any other system on the network which has access to the camera. So that if I should do this, the laptop is streaming the same thing, the TV is streaming the same thing, the desktop is streaming, and then the tablet is also streaming the same thing. So some of the few things about integrated networking that I want to show. Another tech here assisting me, which I have not mentioned, if I will mention here now, is Alexa. It gives me report. Helps me.
Here's your flash briefing.
Alexa, stop.
Weather.
She also helps switch on some of the things here and switch controls a lot of electrical gadgets here. For instance, Alexa, lights off.
Okay.
So it quickly turns off the lights. Alexa, lights on. And then turns back on the light. Brilliant technology from Amazon. Very helpful device. Okay. As you can see behind me, there are a couple of technologies. There are a couple of technologies here that are still in the box. What I do is I test technologies or cutting edge technologies and how to use it to improve the business setting and reduce costs and maximize production. Then companies actually contact me. I test the technology, how to make things better, what it can do for them, and then I send it to them. Whilst I also use a couple of them here to produce the things that I need to produce. For instance, I branding t-shirts like this, not only custom t-shirts but for promotion, maybe outdoor promotion, outdoor campaigns, and brand promotion and distribution of stuff outside and under programs. I also print caps, plates, mugs for functions and tokens, custom made Christmas cards for companies who want to give parcels and tokens. Aside setting up high-tech device for companies and testing high-tech device so that companies can use it to their benefits, I also manually test softwares for quality, and then I write automated scripts for testing software quality too, which I will demonstrate by showing on this laptop. I'll show a few SQL scripts and then I'll show a few Selenium scripts too. So I have a small database I created called EBIS test. And I put in a few things. I've written a few scripts just to show that I have SQL Server here and I'm using the SQL Server to do stuff like that. So this is just a simple select statement to search for things that are in the database, and then another select statement, but this time select with alias to change the names of the headings and headers to make it more organized and more beautiful, and remove things that should not be seen in the database, in the SQL database. And SQL Server is an enterprise database server that most companies use as a data warehouse or data storage for enterprise systems. So I program the SQL Server and write scripts and test cases for the SQL Server, and also check on the SQL Server for higher performance and business intelligence solution. I also create business intelligence solutions that's connecting through ODBC to Visual Basic front ends, or through JDBC ODBC to Java front ends from the SQL Server. And then maybe it's another script just to select a few things. This is just to show like a few commands, so just to show you that I'm familiar with the SQL Server, and if you want it set up, I will know exactly what I can do to aid your business when it comes to the use of the SQL Server. Another program which I will use here is Eclipse. So Eclipse is a new integrated development environment created by a couple of consortium to help developers who develop in Java, and so it's a free development environment, and I use it. So I use it to program the web driver when it comes to testing web pages. So I have a small script that I wrote, which I'll test here for you to see. So what this script does is it first opens the Google Chrome browser and goes to the Indeed site. Oh, sorry, I need to connect to the internet first. So because this program actually goes live onto the internet, I'm sorry, I need to connect to the internet first before. So yes, it opens the Google Chrome browser, goes straight to the Indeed site, maximize the Google Chrome browser, and then type in some of the programming languages that I program in, and then search for jobs on the Indeed site by clicking on Find Jobs, and it clears, it goes back, it types, use send keys to type in the what and the where field, and then click on Find Jobs, like that. Sorry, it's moving a bit slow because of wireless connection. Another device which I've not talked about is Miracast, the new or any cast system. Brilliant device that I'm using here. What it does is all the computers and tablets can actually connect to the screen, the big TV, straight through that Miracast device and show exactly what is happening on that particular machine. And this device is very helpful. You don't need to do anything. You just need to power it and switch it on, and then all your computers will just be able to connect and show what is going on the projector or the screen. It's another device that I configure, and I tell people on how to use this device. So that's the Selenium. That's exactly the Selenium. I use the web browser codes. I downloaded the Chrome driver from the Selenium page, and then I programmed the Chrome driver, and that's exactly what it does. So I would finally end by saying, if you'd want to work with DannyMartey, I am an ambitious, entrepreneurial person, open-minded and dynamic, very high-tech, even though I come from Africa, very, very understanding and opinionated, and also ready to learn. So that's me. If you're searching for an ambitious person to work with or somebody to drive your business forward, I would say you should look towards my area, and you won't regret it, because I already have a lab which I have actually displayed all the technologies that will help any business. Another technology that I'm about to display would be well, with this barcode scanner, brilliant device. I program it. I wish I had the opportunity, I would have shown you how it works. I program it to work with the computer. I will actually go onto the screen so that you can have a look at it working real life. Okay, so that's how it is. Well, you connect it to the database, and then when you go, it actually changes the system straight to, it records the products, and it's wireless, so it can work with it immediately detects and says it's paracetamol, and that's it. In fact, if I pick another drug, it says it's augmenting, and that's it, it's augmenting. It says it's perfect original skin, hair and nail. You know how perfect this facility is. The machine is very far away from me. It's connecting wirelessly through the Miracast system, and then the scanner is working, so even away from the shelf you can actually sell products, and that's why this system is so brilliant. I also programmed that for companies. This is a small test for a drugstore, in an integrated drugstore system, just to show how this facility can be used in a drugstore to make things easier in a drugstore. You can scan even smaller barcodes. Says it's thread and worm, and that's exactly what it is. In fact, you can even open here and see the picture. Clearly, thread and worm tablet. Just to give you exactly how this system works. And I use Visual Basic to program it on Access, but we can program it in Java, we can program it in many systems, so long as you give me the project to have a look at. So I would finally end this video by saying thank you for watching my video. This is something that I just printed with this machine here. It prints gold, silver and any other thing else that you want it to print. Thank you for being part of this presentation and spending time to listen to this presentation. See you.